Okay. Slide. Okay. Hey guys, just quick that. So we are in Oklahoma City in front of Center Gym and Oklahoma. Basically, we are conveying our message to him that the statement he gave last week is it is incorrect. So we are going to work with his staffer to really bring the facts out. So hopefully he will be able to yes, we do have a letter that will prepare. We are preparing the chant will be a little bit obviously frustration. I want to make sure that you guys understand that the staffer from his office came out to us. He's been very respectful to us. So I want you all to go around the world that you listen to this. Senator Jim and Huff's staffer came out, had a great discussion with us. He gave us a business card. So we want to just make sure that we should protest in a respectful manner. You guys are what? So, for those of you who drove 3, 4, 5 hours from neighbor states, thank you. We are united. As Tagaru, we are united. We are united. And we'll be chanting later. Tagaru united will never be divided. We're going to get to the chanting, but I'm going to talk for a sec. We're going to have a good discussion. So for those of you who are residents of Oklahoma, thank you for coming out. I know this was a short notice, but for you guys to come out, let's say thank you to our brother Danny here. Oklahoma. So thank you so much for you guys taking the day off from work because our people in Tigray are being under attack by their own government, supposedly. Unelected Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia failed to uphold the Constitution. He took an oath. He put his hand on the Bible and he swore under God that he will protect all Ethiopians, all people in Ethiopia. So are the people of Tigray under Ethiopia? When did the Tigray people say that we do not want to be part of Ethiopia? Never. That's right. Never. Never. So we want to make sure, with all due respect to Senator Jim Inhofe of Oklahoma, he gets the message correctly. The lies spread by Abiy Ahmed and by his father in Eritrea, the puppet, who's been a dictator for 30 years in Eritrea, we will not allow this atrocity, the genocide, to continue in Tigray. Because in the 21st century, when they shut off electricity, when they shut off internet, put Tigray in a blockage, we've been having ways and means by CNN. Let's say thank you to CNN for bringing the truth out. Thank you, CNN! And the rest of the worldwide media. like the New York Times, the Associated Press, France 24, BBC. I can go on and on. Reuters, Al Jazeera. Thank you. So, what we are doing here today is we are saying to Senator Jim Inhofe, and we do appreciate his staffer here with us. I have had the opportunity to have a great discussion with him. So, yes, an amazing staffer. He actually said, I can stick around with here. And he asked, can I stay with you guys here? We said, absolutely. So it is amazing. Aren't we glad America is a place where we can freely exercise our right with responsibility? So we appreciate you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you. So Tigray was under attack by its own government on November 4th, 2020, the eve of the American election. It was midnight here. We were busy watching if Joe Biden or Donald Trump won the election. And Abiy Ahmed brought in massive troops from Ethiopia from 8 different regions to attack one region. And followed by the Amhara regional forces, the Amhara Fauna, in addition to the massive Eritrean troops, which is a foe, enemy of Ethiopia. In America, when you go betray your country, it is treason. A treason equals in America death sentence. So what would have happened if we talk about law and order? Abiy Ahmed should be facing death sentence under the rule of law. 5.2 million people in Tigray are starving to death. Starvation is used as a weapon. The youngest victim of rape is 4 years old. Okay? 4 years old. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a father of 2 beautiful daughters. I think of my daughters. I'm an immigrant from Tigray. I was born in Tigray. So I understand what happens in Tigray during the Derg era. The people of Tigray, when they rose up and say, we will not accept slavery to the Italians, to the Ethiopian dictator, then Mr. Hailemariam, we went through the Red Terror. I was a child refugee. When my people of Tigray, 1.5 million people died, we didn't even report it on the history book. We don't even talk about it. We don't. So at age 6, I became a child refugee. It wasn't my choice. But Ethiopia did not have a responsible leader. So Tigray and Eritrea at that time, Eritrea was part of Ethiopia, was under attack. So massively the Tigrayans became a refugee. Where? In Sudan. So shukran to Sudan.
Shukran, Sudan.
Sudan has been there for us before and today. It is the only country in East Africa that says the people of Tigray do not deserve this atrocity and welcomes us. 63,150. thank you. 63,000 plus, let's put it this way. Refugees are in Sudan today, Sudan refugees. You know what? It actually would have been half or more of the 5.2 million right now had it not been sealed off by who? By Abiy Ahmed's troops, the so-called federal troops who are not defending the constitution in Ethiopia and starving their own citizens. Eritrea is now running the entire military operation in Tigray. So this is not actually no longer Ethiopia matter. This is international matter. So I know Senator Jim Inhofe is in Washington, D.C. today, but the message that we're sending through TMH, Cyberbar, and other media that we're going to be sharing with is that, Mr. Senator, please get the facts right. Let me give you some facts. These are not my numbers. These are reported by the U.S. government, by the various media organizations that I share with you. So, 5.2 million Tigrayans, that is roughly about 92% of the population in Tigray, are starving to death. Over 22 women and young girls have been raped, gang raped by Eritreans, and the Amhara Front and the Amhara militia, when they rape them, they tell them, We are Amharanizing you. We're cleansing you to become Amhara. Why is my ethnicity a crime? Why? In America, during the civil rights movement, we went through the crisis. The South, and including Oklahoma and some of the states, were not treating our ancestors, African American community, very well. So we went through that. White people joined it. Jews joined it. Arabs joined it. All good people joined. So for our senator who believes in God, God doesn't say, let a dictator rape, order rapes on children and massacre on his own people, and he does around with this person. That is wrong. That is absolutely wrong, and that is why we're standing saying, Mr. Senator, get your facts straight. Churches in Tigray, Deborah Dumbo is one of the examples of the mosque. The mosque, one of the oldest mosques in Ethiopia. Mosque. Why? This is to put fear on the people of Tigray, to bring their will. But we say no to the injustice, inhumanity in Tigray, because Black Lives Matter everywhere. In Africa, in America, in Europe, in Asia, in Russia. You guys hear me? You guys hear me? And with all due respect to all Americans, when we say Black Lives Matter, we are not saying other lives don't matter. Because we know that is not the case. So, we love all lives. We want to be equal. We want our lives to be equal with everybody. If all men are created equal according to our American Constitution, let us be. The Tigray people are the most humble, welcoming people that throughout history, Tigray welcomed Arabs and Muslims when there was execution. So, with that, the numbers that I went through, an estimated 150,000 civilians in Tigray have been recorded killed. The infrastructure in Tigray, 75% of the healthcare in Tigray has been looted and destroyed by who? By the invasion army of Eritrea. Okay? So that's why I say it is an international crisis. It is not Ethiopian matter. When Menda Zenawi, the great Prime Minister who passed away in 2012 from Ethiopia, Senator Jim Inhofe was his friend. Sorry about that. And he traveled to Ethiopia. Senator Jim Inhofe is a good man. And he got his stories incorrect. He's got a granddaughter from Ethiopia. For those of you who don't know him. I have followed him. I'm holding up. I followed him when he gave speech on the Senate floor. Recently, when he gave the 14-minute speech, for those of you who follow me, I've heard it over and over to make sure that we, Tabaro, not just here in Oklahoma, but across America, Canada, Europe, understands it. That understands that when the foreign leaders, politicians are given the false information when atrocity, genocide is taking place, that we have to present them with the facts. We do not need anything less or more. So we want Senator Jim Inhofe to stand with the civilians, with the innocence of people of Tigray and people of Ethiopia, and that's okay with us. We have no issue with that. He can respect everybody. But right now, at this time, at this moment, we are talking about life and death. 150 civilians in Tigray are dying every single day because of starvation. Since November 4th, shortly after November 4th, electricity was shut off in Tigray, internet was shut off in Tigray, running water was shut off in Tigray. The Eritrean dictator has clearly stated it. All right, we get it cheered on. So we all get on that alarm. So I could go. So I want to make it short because I want to have an opportunity to say something and to bring that to you guys. But the fact again is that if you are a government who cannot make up his mind for 5 months, he told us what? I've been told us that there were no Eritrean troops in Tigray. I mean, literally, he went out and he's diplomats everywhere around the world. There were letters. There were the Washington Post, every major international media, that they are like fake. he repeatedly say fake news. It was not. So what we've been doing as Tagaro, as Tigrayan Americans, rightfully so, we've been standing against the injustice, exposing the evil act that's been taking place in Tigray. The first few months, our parents were so scared. They didn't want us to come out and protest because we're the most peaceful people. And they say, can you just call the senators? Can you just talk to the president, something, and then maybe they can fix it? No. We say no. We're going to continue. And let me tell you something, all of you, when you see police officers, say thank you to them. Because every protest we've been, they've been in our side, they've been protecting us, they've been telling us, you know what? We understand the pain that you're going through. And a few of them that never heard about it, you walk up to them and tell them what's happening. Give them the barcode, they read about it, they understand it, they have human heart. So with that, make sure your message is clear. What's happening in Tigray is unacceptable. The only other time 5 to 6 million people were killed was in the 19th century, when the Nazi Germany, led by Hitler, went out to eliminate the people of Israel, the Jewish people. And he still failed. So, if we lost 5 to 6 million in the 19th century, this is the 21st century. Big difference when we have the technology. America has satellite in orbit. They confronted Abiy Ahmed saying, when Senator Kuhn went to Addis Ababa over a month ago and told him, we have the evidence, Eritrean troops are in Tigray and they need to get out, you know what he said? Yeah, they came in and, the Tigray leadership just bombed the capital of Eritrea and they just came to defend themselves. While they're raping our children, 23 soldiers raped one young girl. And when they finished raping her, they put nails in her private area, used condoms and other objects, bars, so many things. It's so heinous. I don't like talk about myself, but as a father, how evil is that? I could be one of, that could be one of my daughters. If I didn't become a refugee and came to America, which I appreciate this country, and if I grew up in Ethiopia and Tigray, wherever, had my children there, based on my ethics, my children would have been the victim of what we see today. So this is happening to ordinary people. So what did the civilians of Tigray have to do with the war in Tigray? Why is it that the Eritrean troops even invaded Tigray, looting Tigray? The school system is destroyed. So I'm going to go back to my point. The orbit that I described about America going, went into Tigray. Prior to that, when we went to Washington D.C. repeatedly in front of the State Department, Secretary Blinken sent his staff each time we went there and accepted our letter, allow us to give them 5 to 10 minutes to meet, and accepted our phone calls and emails in their office. And finally, they told United Arab Emirates, get the hell out of Eritrea. That is how we stopped the bombing using drones. So for those of you who participated in the movement from the beginning, we appreciate you. Today, the Tigray Defense Forces is fighting to defend its people. It is nothing more, nothing less. There are no other ways and means right now at the moment. The visa restriction the U.S. government put on Ethiopian and Eritrean diplomats recently and government officials is because of the work that we're doing. So, with all due respect, Senator Jim Inhofe, please pay attention. Even our own government in this country, your fellow senators, we've been working on SR 97 from the beginning, and it passed unanimously in the Senate. Now we have another resolution in the House. Thank you. That is SR 445. For Karen Bass, we went into Los Angeles, protesting her office. Present those facts. She changed her mind. She said, you know what? I stand for young black girls in Tigray. So she actually wrote the resolution, presented it. Nancy Pelosi is co-sponsoring that bill, and it will pass in the House. Now the question, right?
Yes.
Right? It will. It will. because we're not asking anything other than independent, unhindered investigation into the atrocity that's taken place in Tigray and has taken place, humanitarian aid into Tigray, Eritrean troops out of Tigray, and Senator Blinken repeatedly say the Amhara regional forces, the Amhara militia, and the Amhara Fana must leave Tigray. So with that, I want to make sure I don't hold you guys for too long because I know he said 5 minutes. I've gone way over that. So I'm going to make it very short and so I can let him get you guys into the chanting. إذا قلت تدارك وأخوات نحن تدارو كنبه كنبكي كنرجال كنتكلم زبوكور وسألاتي كمني سايس أبوركي استوى فوتو وحنا بربكم نحن تخونت علينا تكتراوي تواصل تسألوا أهلي بلنا لبنا كونه كنت سرعتنا نقاله سرعتنا نفلت سوريا بحوالنا خلقورا تلوى بمانية عين رجال عين تفريدهم جبعنا توقار حيزي لكن بارنا العلا بزوانا بكيف هيقبلنا أو زوانا بيوتي يسحلوا وذلوا حين أخواتنا جبارو أكون نديو وإحنا تدريك وجد الله واليوم ولا حاجة حتى باوي المركمنا شعبية مركمنا ناقل سرق بشرو سرق مانكا سرق حطانيا هاي أفضل هم إذا لو سرق ما تغسركو أمتا تحيقوا لدو فلا صحابة تتوقعنا وتعامل بالحاضر فلا صحابة تقاري تاجبان خوينا إلوك فاتو يتراكوا كذا ناكل تجي لنا تابعيو حيث ما تقرأي ملكم حاكي راوكم أكما جنبا تاما تمام حارو خرقو تتنو بنايتينيا خوة تتنو أو دي شعبية تونيمو أو دي أمحاري تونيمو تزيد إلي تموجمة شعبية ترس واي عاصمة رايزة لو يكون تنين لا تم حاري بغي أشي تستول حيزيك واي بس أبري أم سرعوه بكي هاكيرا حيزيك تمام حارو هي تحويل الزبغ إلا أبدي سوارا كيرا خوينو قبلتي أي قبلو مقبل حيزي بهاي تناوان بستر شعبية تتهربهم ينظر إذا وكان يطلع أي حزن ونوزته كم هاي كم يتحول التلو حيز تزيد بسيدو تزيد ترى تم حاري هاي تدري لازم ما تروح ولا يزيد هاي سمي بتسعويا تلاقي بداي رمتيا بداي رمتيا بداي نسراي رمتيا بداي نسراي رمتيا بداي نسراي رمتيا so إذا أنا أقولكم ده حلاك يكسر هنا تجاي وتسريع جديتا يروح لك إيه يموت عليك واي أبي يموت هنا بنا هو يجاب كبر ما عبد الله تسكنا ولا حاجة ما ليش تكسرون ده أنا يوم أخونا
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike Casson.
Thank you, my good Thank you.
Thank you. So let's start our chance, and we'll follow you, sir. All right. There is a genocide in Tigray, Ethiopia.
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 Supporting Abiy Ahmed Ali
Supporting Abiy Ahmed Ali
is supporting the genocide in Tigray.
is supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Supporting the genocide. Senator Inhofe. Senator Inhofe. Stop supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Stop supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe,
Stop supporting the genocide in Tigray.
stop supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe,
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe,
Stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe,
Stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe,
Stand cry.
Rape is a war crime.
Rape is a war crime.
Rape is a war crime.
Senator Inhofe,
Senator Inhofe,
stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
Senator Inhofe,
Senator Inhofe,
shame on you.
shame on you.
Senator Inhofe,
Senator Inhofe,
stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
Senator Inhofe,
Senator Inhofe,
Senator Inhofe,
Senator Inhofe,
stop standing with Abiy Ahmed.
stop standing with Abiy Ahmed.
Senator Inhofe,
Senator Inhofe,
stand to the people.
stand with the people.
Stand with Tigray people.
Stand with Tigray people.
Senator Inhofe,
Senator Inhofe,
stand. Stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
Ethiopia is guilty of the genocide.
Ethiopia is guilty of genocide.
Ethiopia is guilty of the genocide.
Ethiopia is guilty of genocide.
Eritrea is guilty of the genocide.
Eritrea is guilty of genocide.
Eritrea is guilty of the genocide.
Eritrea is guilty of genocide.
Abiy Ahmed is a war criminal.
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 Supporting Abiy Ahmed.
Supporting Abiy Ahmed.
Supporting Abiy Ahmed.
Supporting Abiy Ahmed.
Is supporting the genocide in Tigray.
He's supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Is supporting the genocide in Tigray.
He's supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Senator Inhofe,
Senator Inhofe,
stop supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Stop supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Stop denying 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 the genocide in Tigray.
Okay, so can you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna start with our list. There is a genocide in Tigray.
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 Follow us, please.
Okay, we're gonna walk this way.
Slowly,
You wanna go on this list? Or do you want this?
slowly. بس ما كنت هز الغرب.
End the Tigray genocide.
End the Tigray genocide.
End the Tigray genocide.
End the Tigray genocide.
Stop raping our women.
Stop raping our women.
Stop raping our mothers.
Stop raping our mothers.
Stop raping our sisters.
Stop raping our sisters.
Senator Inhofe,
Senator Inhofe,
stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
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 Senator Inhofe,
Senator Inhofe,
shame on you.
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 Supporting Abiy Ahmed Ali
Supporting Abiy Ahmed Ali
and supporting the genocide in Tigray.
is supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Stop 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 the genocide in Tigray.
Senator Inhofe,
Senator Inhofe,
stand with the people.
stand with the people.
Stand with the people of Tigray.
Stand with the people of Tigray.
Senator Inhofe,
Senator Inhofe,
stop
the
supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Stop 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 denying the genocide in Tigray.
Stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
Jim Inhofe supports Abiy Ahmed Ali. Jim Inhofe,
Jim Inhofe,
shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Jim Inhofe,
Shame Inhofe.
shame on you.
Nah.
Stop bombing our churches.
No.
Stop bombing our churches. Stop bombing our mosques.
Stop. Nah, تسنح هسا. أبي تسنح، نشتي تسنح. لا تسنح. أنا قوي. Yes, we can.
We're fine.
Yeah.
The God who lives matters.
The God who lives matter.
The God who lives matters.
Yes.
Our lives matter. Tigray can't wait.
Oh.
Tigray
There is no private property.
There is a genocide in Tigray, Ethiopia.
There is a genocide in Ethiopia.
There is a genocide in Tigray, Ethiopia.
There is a genocide in Ethiopia.
Supporting Abiy Ahmed Ali
Supporting Abiy Ahmed Ali.
is supporting the Tigray genocide.
Supporting the Tigray genocide.
Supporting Abiy Ahmed
Supporting Abiy Ahmed.
is supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Stop the genocide in Tigray.
Stop the genocide in Tigray.
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe.
Stop supporting Abiy Ahmed Ali.
Stop supporting
Abiy Ahmed Ali.
Stop supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Stop supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Stop denying 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 the genocide in Tigray.
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe.
Stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
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 Stop the rape in Tigray.
Stop denying Tigray.
Stop the war in Tigray.
Stop the war in Tigray.
Stand with the people of Tigray.
Stand with the people of Tigray. أقول لك بس أنا نقمة أريهم يرأيوا كحبوا يمزلي زلوا مثلاً. Yeah, just no, take a picture. Listen, get it. Yeah,
Hashtag Tigray genocide.
yeah.
Hashtag Tigray genocide.
Hashtag Tigray genocide.
We support U.S. decision.
We support U.S. decision.
And
Break up.
guys, come on up, come on. We support the U.S. decision
We support the U.S. decision.
for sanctioning Ethiopia and Eritrea.
Sanctioning Ethiopia and Eritrea.
For sanctioning Ethiopia and Eritrea. Thank you, United States.
Thank you, United States.
Thank you, President Biden. Thank you, Secretary Blinken. Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe.
Stop denying the Tigray genocide.
Stop denying the Tigray genocide.
Stop denying the Tigray
Okay.
genocide.
Stop denying the Tigray genocide.
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe.
Shame on you.
No.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe.
Stop denying the Tigray genocide. Senator Inhofe. Stop supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Stop supporting the genocide. Stop supporting
Stand right here. You can't block. Okay, guys. One second.
Slowly. Slow down. That's it, cool. Slowly. Yes. No rush.
Stop raping our women. Stop raping our women.
Yeah, not
Stop
using
raping our mothers. Stop raping our mothers.
What do you know? Can you use تتقبلوا زين.
We're gonna do some more now.
Guys, why is your voiceless voice without
Yes, that's right. Yes. You guys, so we'll do a little more chant here. And Jonas, our brother Jonas from Oklahoma, will give us a little speech. And then also, a representative from Senator Jim Inhofe office will speak to us here shortly. We are peaceful people, and they know that. Senator Jim Inhofe's office know that we are peaceful people. We'll also have the letter that we're going to present going to be read by Levi Haley here. So let's continue with our chant. And then we'll have Jonas, our brother Jonas, give a speech, followed by presentation of the letter. To God who lives matter. To God who lives matter. Jim Inhofe. Stand with the people.
Stand with the people.
Stand with Tigray people.
Stand with Tigray people.
Supporting Abiy Ahmed. Is supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Supporting Abiy Ahmed. Is supporting the genocide in Tigray. Jim Inhofe. Stop denying the Tigray genocide.
Stop denying the Tigray genocide.
Jim Inhofe. Stop supporting the Tigray genocide. Senator Inhofe. Stop denying the Tigray genocide. Senator Inhofe. Shame on you for supporting Abiy Ahmed Ali.
Abiy Ahmed Ali.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Stand with the people of Tigray.
Stand with the people of Tigray.
Stand with the people.
Stand with the people. Switch.
Stop the genocide in Tigray.
Stop raping our women.
Stop raping our women.
Stop raping our sisters.
Stop raping our sisters.
Stop raping our mothers.
Stop raping our mothers.
To God who lives matter.
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 Allowed access to Tigray.
Allow access to Tigray.
Allowed access to Tigray.
Allow access to Tigray.
End the Tigray genocide.
End the Tigray genocide.
End the Tigray genocide.
End the Tigray genocide.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand peace.
We demand peace.
We demand peace.
We demand peace.
Stop the genocide in Tigray.
Stop the genocide in Tigray.
Rape is a war crime.
Rape is a war crime.
Rape is a
War is a war crime.
What is a war crime? Rape is a war crime. What is a war crime? Rape is a war crime.
Rape is a war crime. Senator Inhofe, listen to the Tigray people. Senator Inhofe, stop denying the genocide.
Stop denying the genocide.
Senator Inhofe, stop supporting the Tigray genocide.
Stop supporting the Tigray genocide.
Senator Inhofe, stop denying the Tigray genocide.
Stop denying the Tigray genocide. Okay. قاس بالو قاس. Slow down. Slow. No rush. صح زين.
Stop raping our children.
اوه يا يا قرقر شعبية تمثل.
هذه لنا شعبيه سوا. حلو حلو غير غير.
يا زول منين سلام لك عندنا
All invaders out of Tigray. 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 All invaders out of Tigray.
Enough is enough!
Stop raping our sisters. Stop raping our sisters. Stop raping our sisters. Stop the genocide in Tigray. Stop the genocide in Tigray. Stop the genocide in Tigray.
Amara Pano hands off Tigray!
Amara Pano hands off Tigray.
Amara Pano hands off Tigray!
Amara Pano hands off Tigray.
ده قتلي
Stop raping our children!
Stop raping our children.
Stop raping our sisters!
Stop raping our sisters.
Stop raping our mothers!
Stop raping our mothers.
Tagaru lives matter!
Tagaru lives matter.
Tagaru lives matter!
Tagaru lives matter.
Tagaru lives matter!
Tagaru lives matter.
We demand peace!
We demand peace.
We demand justice!
We demand justice.
Stop bombing our churches!
Stop bombing our churches in Tigray. Stop bombing our mosques in Tigray.
Tigray can't wait!
Tigray can't wait.
Tigray can't wait!
Tigray can't wait.
Tigray can't wait!
Tigray can't wait.
Tigray can't wait!
Tigray can't wait. We support the U.S. decision to sanction Ethiopia and Eritrea. So we're going to divide it into two. We support
we support
USA for support for sanctioning Ethiopia and Eritrea.
for sanctioning Ethiopia and Eritrea.
Thank you, USA.
Thank you, USA.
Thank you, President Biden.
Thank you, President Biden.
Thank you, President Biden.
Thank you, President Biden.
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe.
Stand with the people of Tigray.
Stand with the people of Tigray. Senator Inhofe.
Stand with the people of Tigray.
Stand with the people of Tigray.
Senator Inhofe!
Senator Inhofe.
Stop genocide in Tigray! Allowed access to Tigray!
Allowed access to Tigray!
Allowed access to Tigray!
Allowed access to Tigray!
In the Tigray genocide!
In the Tigray genocide!
In the Tigray genocide!
In the Tigray genocide!
Eritrea is guilty of a genocide!
Eritrea is guilty of a genocide.
Ethiopia is guilty of a genocide!
Ethiopia is guilty of a genocide!
Stop the genocide in Tigray!
Stop the genocide in Tigray!
Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia is a war criminal!
Abiy Ahmed Ethiopia is a war criminal.
Rape is a war crime!
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 Tigray cannot wait!
Tigray cannot wait!
We demand justice!
We demand justice!
We demand justice!
We demand justice!
We demand peace!
We demand peace!
Tigray cannot wait!
Tigray cannot wait!
Tagaru lives matter!
Tagaru lives matter!
Tagaru lives matter!
Tagaru lives matter!
Allowed access to Tigray!
Allowed access to Tigray!
Stop the genocide in Tigray!
Stop the genocide in Tigray!
Stop the rape in Tigray!
Stop the rape in Tigray!
Stop the starvation in Tigray!
Stop starvation in Tigray!
Tagaru lives matter!
Tagaru lives matter!
Allowed access to Tigray!
Allowed access to Tigray!
Stop raping our mothers!
Stop raping our mothers!
Stop raping our sisters!
Stop raping our sisters!
Stop raping our children!
Stop raping our children!
Stop bombing our churches!
Stop bombing our churches. Continue. Go ahead.
What do we want? Peace. What do we want? Peace. What do we want? Now. When do we want it? Now. When do we want it? Now. When do we want it? Now. Tagaru lives matter. Tagaru lives matter. Tagaru lives matter. Tagaru lives matter. Stop raping our women. Stop raping our women. Stop raping our women. Stop raping our women. Stop raping our sisters. Stop raping our sisters. Stop raping our sisters. Stop raping our sisters. Stop raping our mothers. Stop raping our mothers. Stop raping our mothers. Stop raping our mothers. There is a genocide in Tigray, Ethiopia.
There is a genocide in Tigray,
Ethiopia. There is a genocide in Tigray, Ethiopia.
There is a genocide in Tigray, Ethiopia!
Stop the genocide in Tigray.
Stop the genocide in Tigray!
Stop the genocide in Tigray.
Stop the genocide in Tigray!
Supporting Abiy Ahmed.
Supporting Abiy Ahmed.
Supporting Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia.
Supporting Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia!
Supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Supporting the genocide in Tigray.
It's supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Supporting the genocide in Tigray!
Keep Inhofe. Keep Inhofe. Stop supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Stop supporting the genocide in Tigray!
Keep Inhofe. Stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
Stop denying the genocide in Tigray!
Stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
Stop denying the genocide in Tigray!
Keep Inhofe.
Shame
on you.
Shame on you!
Shame on you.
Shame on you!
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe!
Shame on you.
Shame on you!
Shame on you.
Shame on you!
Senator Inhofe.
Senator Inhofe!
Stop denying the genocide in Tigray. Stop denying the genocide in Tigray. Okay, Brother Jonas is going to give us a 5-minute speech, and then we'll read the letter, then we'll do a few more chants, and then we'll hand the letter to the representative here, and after that we'll be going to downtown.
أريو تسلي حدا جزء زوري خنا بتم مخاين أزور لما مخاين أريو.
This is Brother Jonas from Oklahoma. Thank you, sir. I'm Jonas Oklahoma.
committing international crimes against humanity. Okay, let's go back to our mission. So I hereby demand Senator Jim Inhofe's support to reconsider his support for the Ethiopian regime, who is conducting an international war that is committing crimes against humanity, international crimes, rape, sexual violence, extrajudicial killings, summary killings, and everything that you can think of. See, that happened since the genocide that happened to the Jewish people uh, by the Germans. So we here demand Senator Jim Inhofe to, if he is supporting the Ethiopian regime, he is supporting war crimes, he is supporting rape, he is supporting violence against women, he is supporting extrajudicial killings. He has to know if he keeps supporting the regime of Abiy Ahmed, he's supporting war crime, genocide, and hate cleansing in Ethiopia. As you know, the war in Ethiopia right now in Tigray is an international war that is conducted by the Eritrean regime, support of the UAE, and Ankara militia involved in there, and other actors that we can mention. So Senator Jim Inhofe has to reconsider his support. We demand here right now today, Jim Inhofe should reconsider his support to the genocidal regime of Abiy Ahmed. So we always got to stay strong, stay committed, stay supportive to our people, so our people can be free, and then the international community can end this war of and suffering of our people that is happening for 7 months. We demand here that the UN and the US and the UK to end this war. Okay, but so we here call on the UN, the US, the UK, the EU, and all the international community to end the war in Tigray, to end the suffering of the people of Tigray. That 150,000 people have been already killed on the war. Civilians have been killed, and all infrastructures like the healthcare facilities has been looted, destroyed, and all farmlands has been destroyed. Livestock has been destroyed, and schools has been destroyed. Public sector infrastructures like offices has been destroyed and looted, and this killing has been going on now for 7 months. We demand now for NATO to impose a no-fly zone. So Abiy Ahmed would not send his warplanes and drones kill our people. So Abiy Ahmed would not use chemical weapons like the white phosphorus to kill our people. So we demand the international community to end the war in Tigray now. Thank you.
Hey, you guys, let's give it up for our brother Jonas from Oklahoma. Please give it up for him. Thank you, Jonas. Thank you, Jonas. So, Alejandro, so basically what he's saying is, we demand justice. Tigray needs justice. Tigray needs peace right now. Stop the Tigray genocide!
Stop the Tigray genocide!
Stop the Tigray genocide!
Stop the Tigray genocide!
Jim Inhofe!
Jim Inhofe!
Jim Inhofe!
Jim Inhofe!
Stop denying the genocide in Tigray!
Stop denying the genocide in Tigray!
Jim Inhofe!
Jim Inhofe!
Stop denying the genocide in Tigray!
Stop denying the genocide in Tigray!
Stop supporting the genocide in Tigray!
Stop supporting the genocide in Tigray!
Stop supporting the genocide in Tigray!
Stop
Stop supporting the genocide in Tigray.
End the Tigray genocide.
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 Tigray can't wait.
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 Tagaru lives matter.
Tagaru lives matter.
Tagaru lives matter.
Tagaru lives matter.
Jim Inhofe.
Jim Inhofe.
Shame on you for supporting Abiy Ahmed Ali.
Shame on you for supporting Abiy Ahmed Ali.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
Stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
Stop denying the genocide in Tigray.
Stop denying
The genocide in Tigray.
Stop supporting the genocide in Tigray.
Stop denying the
genocide in Tigray.
End the genocide in Tigray.
End the genocide in Tigray.
End the genocide in Tigray.
End the genocide in Tigray.
Tigray will prevail.
Tigray will prevail.
Tigray will prevail.
Tigray will prevail.
Tigray will prevail. So we're going to read the letter here to Jim, Senator Jim Inhofe, and we have. So we will read the letter that we wrote, the Tagaru community wrote to Senator Jim Inhofe, our daughter, our sister, Levi Haley will read this for us. Thank you, Levi.
Dear Sir, between 1991 and 2016, the Ethiopian People's Revolutionary Dear Sir, between 1991 and 2016, the Ethiopian People's Revolutionary Democratic Front, EPRDF, gradual but steadfast program of liberalization within a democratic, multinational, constitutional framework succeeded in converting Ethiopia from a poster child of war and famine to a fledgling economic powerhouse and linchpin of peace and security in the Horn Africa. In 2018, the party initiated a comprehensive reform agenda in response to sustained unrest and competitively selected Abiy Ahmed Ali as part of these measures. 3 years later, many have been disillusioned with promises of reform as Ethiopia returns to the embodiment of famine and war it was in the 80s. While Abiy Ahmed Ali was popularly received as a reformer who could achieve Ethiopians' growing aspirations for democracy, his fallacious fixation on Tigray People's Liberation Front (TPLF) as the sole culprit for the failures of the state conveniently diverted the conversation from how to democratize Ethiopia to how to rid Ethiopia of TPLF, assuming one equated the other. Incessant demonization of TPLF led to an expectation that Ethiopia's problems would miraculously be resolved once TPLF was neutralized. Beyond serving to dehumanize Tigrayans and lay the rhetorical basis for genocide, this position forgets that Ethiopia was much less democratic and poor before TPLF and is en route to be just as undemocratic and poor again without it. The Ahmed regime has attempted to obfuscate its engagement in war crimes and crimes against humanity by pushing a version of the events of November 3rd, 2021 that falsely holds the TPLF accountable for the outbreak of war. This attempt is unencumbered by knowledge of the rules, laws, and norms that govern warfare. No act of belligerence on the part of the TPLF can justify or excuse the systematic targeting of civilians by belligerents in war. Over 230 civilian massacres have been evidenced through a number of comprehensive investigative reports. Hundreds of thousands of civilian Tigrayans have been targeted and killed. Over 63,000 Tigrayans have been recorded as refugees in neighboring Sudan. Credible reports indicate that many more would have escaped if Ethiopian and Eritrean troops, as well as the Amara militias, had not been blocking border crossings. Millions have been The war has been conducted with complete disregard for the Geneva Conventions and has been most brutally felt by the civilian populations of Tigray. Ethnic cleansing of Tigrayans in western Tigray by Amara militia has been established as the blockage of humanitarian and delivery by the Eritrean and Ethiopian troops. Abiy Ahmed Ali publicly spoke of criminalizing the right to vote and outlined what fidelity to such values would cost the people of Tigray, saying, quote, young people need to die, mothers need to cry, or homes need to be destroyed, or people displaced. As part of his attempt to persuade the people of Tigray not to hold elections, Tigray has paid a heavy price for doggedly pursuing its democratic aspirations. It is difficult to recall an incident within living memory in which the right to vote has been so brutally outlawed. The genocidal campaign of war waged on Tigrayans by Abiy Ahmed Ali of Ethiopia and his Eritrean collaborator Isaias Afwerki has gone unabated for 7 months. The extent of the atrocities are yet to be known, as the Ethiopian government has intentionally imposed a complete media and telecommunication blackout in Tigray. What we know is enough to constitute war crimes and crimes against humanity. The 2018 Ethio-Eritrean peace deal allowed Afwerki's regime to shed its pariah status without making any concessions to the international community or commitments towards the moral, physical, political, and material betterment of Eritrea's people, trampling on the people's aspirations to free themselves from bondage. Reversals in the Horn's democratic trajectory and concomitant efforts to centralize power in the hands of individual tyrants have been underwritten by Afwerki. Repeating this mistake with Abiy Ahmed can only serve to incentivize dictatorship and resign the people of Ethiopia to the same fate as Eritrea and encourage belligerence of the type increasingly visible in Ethiopia's actions towards its neighbors. Your Tigrayan American constituency asks that you defend deeply held American values, such as the right to vote and elect your representatives. We ask you, Senator Inhofe, to refrain from aligning with a kind of politics that seeks to legitimize crimes against humanity and war crimes. We ask you to stand for democracy and humanity and work to achieve the enforcement of international law and order. Thank you. Sincerely, Tigrayan American community in Oklahoma.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eli Haley. Eli Haley, thank you. So, what we're going to do now is present a letter to Senator Inhofe's office. We have representatives from our community here in Oklahoma to present the letter. We also have the letter to be presented to Dallas community and also to the Oklahoma community.
Okay, so for those of you, actually, the representative is here with us. His name is Bryson. I'm not going to mention his last name, obviously, because I want to respect him. But if he wants to say it, we're going to let him say a few words after the Tigray community here presents a letter to him. But let's once again say thank you to Bryson.
Thank you.
Thank you guys very much. I
Oh.
really appreciate.
One second.
ربع كويس ولا ماسك جوره
ኣብ ሓፂር ግዜ ነውደስ ካብ ርሑቕ ዝመፃኹም ካብ ቀረባ ዝመፃኹም ብጣዕሚ ይቐኒየልና ኣብ ዓዲ ኮይኖም ደሞም እናፍሰሱ ንሕና ሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ምግባር ምናልባት ቀሊል እዩ ግን መስዋዕትነት ይስቡ ስራሕኩም ካሊእ ዋኒንኩም ገዲፍኩም ካብ ርሑቕ ካብ ቀረባ ዝመፃኹም እቲ ቃልስና ቀፃሊ እዩ ብኩሉ መዳይ ሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ብካሊእ እውን ክንሕግዝ ድልዋት ኢና ተጋሩ ድማ ብሓድነትና ጥንካሬና ንፍለጥ እውን ዝቕፅል ክሳብ ሽግር ዘይተወድአ ህዝብና እናተጨፍጨፈ ዝቆይና ይነረን ሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ኣይኮነን ካሊእ እውን ክንገብርና የቐኒየልና
So, Tagaru community, Dallas community, so Governor,
So I was his supporter. I was his fan. 2 years ago from Ethiopia. Senator Inhofe once a time he's our support, our people's supporter. Now the other side of the aisle is unacceptable. Our family is dying. It's genocide. It's raping, looting, everything else. So Senator Inhofe, I wish he would reconsider what he's doing. I hope he's dropping his side with Abiy Ahmed, the dictator, slaughter. And thank you very much for coming and everybody else. Thank you.
Okay, guys, I know that um, in order for us to be heard, you have to literally scream on this mic because we're using megaphone. So what he was saying is that he's represent. I mean, he's given the letter in addition to Senator James Inhofe photo from 2 years ago that our Tigray community leader here in Oklahoma City dearly held on to in respect to the senator because we knew that Senator Jim Inhofe have stood for human rights with Ethiopia for many, many years. What happened the past 2 weeks, we're trying to get the bottom of it. So we just wanted you to know what's been handed over. So now I'm going to let Brian speak, but we're going to ask him to speak to kind of pretend he's screaming, but he's not.
Thank you all. Good. There we go. Thank you all very much for coming out. I really appreciate you being cordial. I appreciate in America we can do this and free and peacefully protest. And I really do hope, and I know that this message will get back to the senator. I expect when later on today you'll have more success as you go around our city and Oklahoma City. And so thank you very much. I will receive this. Obviously, I'm not the senator, so I can't really speak to what you can do. But I do want you to know that I appreciate your cordial meeting here and what you've done, and especially standing up for humanitarian efforts and the genocide of your people. And so, again, thank you again. The most I can do is just receive this, make sure our staff has it, make sure the senator has it. And again, I do expect this message to be very well received. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
and just so you know, my name is Bryson. I do work out of this building, and I'm the state director for Senator Inhofe. And so feel free to reach out anytime. Our information is always public. Call our office if you need anything. And again, I'm Bryson. Work out of here. So that's it.
Thank you.
Once again, thank you, Mr. Bryson, for accepting the letter and receiving the letter and passing on our message to Senator Inhofe. We appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. I have a message for him. Tell him the God that we worship. Hey, don't stop me, man. Don't stop me. Tell him the God that we worship, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, knows everything, sees everything. Was done in the dark will come out in the light. So stop supporting the genocide of the rapists. The governor or the would be like he's not elected even, he's selected. Who's waging an enemy on his own people? Tell him to stop, support the genocider. If you believe in Jesus Christ, if you know Jesus Christ, if you're saved by Jesus Christ, then you know who is your God. What's done in the dark again? What's done in the dark will come out to the light. Be careful, sir, and thank you so much for your time. Follow your heart, everybody up. Follow your heart. I just want to say you have to follow his heart. And I want to say few chants that we have not said it until now because we here specifically for the senator to hear us. So, Senator Inhofe, stand with what's right. Stand with what's right. Do what's right. Do what's right. Stand with justice. Stand with justice. Stand with the civilians. 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 Stand with innocence. Stand with innocence. Stand with the innocents. Stand with the innocents. Come back to us. Come back to us. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Senator Inhofe. Senator Inhofe. Do what's right. because
Thank
stopping
you.
supporting Abiy Ahmed is supporting the rape. So stop supporting the rape. Stop supporting the rape. Don't stop. Stop supporting the rape. Stop supporting the rape. Stop supporting the rape. Stop supporting the rape. Stop supporting the genocide. Stop supporting the genocide. You are supporting the genocide. Stop supporting the genocide. You are supporting the genocide. We are supporting the genocide. You are supporting killing the innocent. We are supporting killing the innocent. You are supporting killing the innocent. We are supporting killing the genocide. You are supporting the rape. We are supporting the rape. You are supporting the rape. We are supporting the rape. I hope you get our message. I hope you got our message. Thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. So here's the thing. I think if Bryson is okay, we want to do some photos with him. We're going to respectfully ask you to do so. Our next plan is to go to downtown. So for those of you who have your cell phone out, it's very simple. 200, that is 200 S as in Sam, Oklahoma Avenue. That's the location we're going. 200 S Oklahoma Avenue. That is S stands for South. That is just the letter S. 200 S Oklahoma Avenue. We're gonna gather there. We're gonna do a little chant, little speech over there. Then we're gonna have lunch together. So let's stay together.
أيوة.
أيهم
روح بس لاني.
downtown بوتا حيتي بلتا ميتي ساوث اوكلاهوما افنيو بحر بوتا غينا توصلنا كانتا في الجبرينا كهو تي علامنا دايو كلنا بحال هوينا حال بوتا هوينا نكفن ولعيونا I know سرح قريبكم دقكم قريبكم تمسهم عبيد حواتنا قول عمنا سي ولي اللهوية هكا تسمينا دي صاحبنا لنا بحالنا هون عاوزت وشتي وضع نقدر عطيشات هجبات له حرمتنا وجد حنا وضع هوينو ورقم يا ولد حنا معنا سلوزيو وقصاي اي تساي سرفوزيو بحالنا هون وقعتا تونبل نار بعد 5 ساعات مدينة شات نكبر عدنا موبايلنا ناوطنا ريكورد نقاط صدر يا ولد سلكنا تدولنا emergency دهوينا انا كنت طريقه تدارك بصوو تنازل لكن قدافو انه يم حر حر قديما سنه ما صار فوت ما يفوت ان تقرا باندي راح يتم حاجه قديم فوت العلم يفوتوا كاو سنه ما صار قبرنا يلو اليوم ده خاطر بعد هذا ولينته او سنهم كل عالم ياتي ولا باب ياتهم ስለዚህ አየሁም ሶ احتر بنا خلت سبات انه وزي مالك هنا دول اللومو احتر بنا لو عدل كل هو كاو ايهم في كيدنا Thank you. دالاس بتعبي شمبقات دالاس بتعبي بتعبي thank you. مثل حركة مثل جلواني هذه بتكلم دون تقرأ فيستيفال بالبال عبد الله محمد بشوفوا فيستيفال كيفونه بدنا بدنا هنا مثل فيستيفال مكاتب بالشم كله ضد مكاتب هون كتب دنفر عبد الله من درجات جلال ما شو عطل كأوجد حال كان يدلو عقد دينكم تكاد تدلو عبي يدلو مكاتب فيستيفال مكاتب يون هون كنا مول تتمالك مكاتب كلنا كنا نقول كنا خمسة مسكة جو حدية كمان كلها أنا هنا كيف تبغى تجون جلال اسمه كله توتو لما قتل حد سانتي بكاري تبغى نقولن فيستيفال مكاتب أي قوانو زمتن بتوعي كلاس تبغى تروح توتا تزلوا يمر سير نايك كلام ده تبغى كده حصلوا شو مو فيستيفال مر وش تقال نايم قتل كلكم كانوا تجمعكم تكتكم عدالو يقوم كالي ما تزلني حرتي لكم مثلا قدام أبتنا أتات يعني أتات تاني أيام دالاس تايم تجمر عبي من الطلوع مثلا قدام كعبيتي كميدا مثلا الطلوع يقولي سيدي عبي مثلا مليطين كلنا تجارب بخبين ملك كابتن لعنو السرات بتم تزارب
Ada